everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So a lot of you have asked me for a smoky eye look for this YouTube video. So I have taken that into consideration and we're going to do a quick and easy tutorial that only involves 3 brushes and 3 different eyeshadow colours, as well as a gel liner, but you can also use an eyeliner pencil. It really makes no difference. The brushes that I'll use today are the Morphe M433 brush, the Morphe M506. I don't think I've ever spoken about this brush before. This Morphe M433 I've spoken about loads of times, especially in my makeup brush video that I did about eyes. But this M506 actually, sorry. It's a little precision brush that looks just like that. And we will also be using that to apply this eyeshadow with. The next brush is the Morphe M432. Obviously, I love Morphe brushes. And as you saw in the little snip of that brush, it's quite squared off and it's really, really thin. We're gonna use this brush for the liquid eyeliner. Like I said, you can use eyeliner pencil rather than a liquid, it's not a problem. The eyeshadow palette that I'll be using today is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe eyeshadow palette. Can you see it? Can you see that? So today I'll mainly use these colours here. I like to mix these colours together. And I'm also going to be using this brown here, which is just a dark brown that you could get from any palette or any single eyeshadow. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will learn something from this video. I am going to zoom you in even more so that you can see it clearly zoomed in, and that's the only thing it concentrates on. Okay, I've not been able to escape from my roots being in the frame, but I think that's fine. It's fine. Right, so let's get started. Very zoomed in. My face probably looks like a massive onion, but that's fine. Okay, so to start, I'm taking the MAC Painterly Pot, which I use as an eyeshadow base. I really like it because it's creamy, but it's not oily. So it really makes, sorry, I'm making noise with the brushes. So it really makes the eyeshadow sit really nice and really, it makes the eyeshadow apply extremely nice on your eyelids. And it's important that it's not too oily because then you don't get creasing, and it's important that it's not too dry because then you don't get flaking. I'm just applying this on my eyelid. I've already carved my eyebrows and I used a concealer. It doesn't really matter what concealer you use. I do normally like to use the P. Louise eyeshadow base, but I didn't today. I just use a concealer, which also does the job. I am so bad at multitasking, but I'm gonna try and improve. So if I go silent, don't fast forward, just hang on tight and wait, because I am gonna try and talk whilst doing my makeup. Now, straight into business, eh? So, I'm gonna go in with this and this colour, but I'm gonna mix it together, and I'm gonna use my Morphe M433 brush. What I'm gonna do, because this is going to be a matte sort of cat eye, smoky eye effect, I'm not gonna put anything on the inner corner or sort of the inner quarter of my eye. I'm going to concentrate the majority of the eyeshadow on the outer corner / outer quarter, if that makes sense, to the 3/4 to the half. Basically, the inner quarter is not going to get touched with eyeshadow. That's it. So I love this brush because I can't multitask, because not only can you blend with it, but you can also apply the eyeshadow in places that you want it packed on, if you know what I mean. If you don't, then honestly, I can't I'm trying really hard. But can you see I'm not going to my inner corner of my eye? I'm just sticking to the outer corner at the moment, but a little bit towards the halfway line. And that's because we want to get the cat eye look. We're not going to go too heavy with this because it's just stage one. So this is sort of acting as a transition stage. I can't express how important it is to blend when you put eyeshadow on, especially when you're putting more than one colour on, and especially when you're doing a smoky eye. Now I'm going to do the other eye. I am only sticking to my crease. I'm not going above my crease. And as I'm doing it, I'm blowing it out a little bit. Blowing it out means I'm stretching it to the tail of my eyebrow again to give it the cat eye effect. So once I've got both colours on, once I've got both eyes on with the first transition shade and I'm happy with it, what I do is I take a translucent powder, especially when I've got my foundation on first with all the contour and the blusher. This is what I like to do, but it's so rare that I do this because I never ever start with my base. I always start with my eyebrows, and then I move on to the eyes, and then I move on to my face. But as we're doing eyes only today, I obviously started with my base first off camera and eyebrows off camera because I just wanted to concentrate on the eyes. So for the sake of this video, and if you are someone that likes to start with your base, that's absolutely fine. This is a little tip, but also it's good if you don't want any foliage, fall through, fall down, you know, when it spreads and it sprinkles on your face and you've got colour on your just done base and you've got eyeshadow all over it. That probably would be the worst thing because you try and brush it off and it would drag and leave streaks and marks. So this next tip will probably be good for you. I take this brush, don't know if you can see it properly, but I'll zoom in on it. It is the Morphe E7, which is from the Elite collection. What I do with it is I take the translucent powder and with the higher angle side, I just go like that. The next thing that I do with the translucent powder, the other little tip, is I take a brush, which this one is the M501, Morphe, obviously, and I just put it under my eyes. You can take a beauty blender, which would also do the same job, and I just put it under here. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this colour here. It's so hard to look at the camera screen and do it, but I'm gonna go in with this colour here, which is just a dark brown that doesn't matter if you've got this palette or not, it's just a standard dark brown. So the key is to pick up a bit and add after if you need to. I'm going slightly above my crease because I just feel like for my eye, the cat eye effect will work if I do go a little bit above my crease. If you've got hooded eyes, which I find extremely sexy, and sometimes I wish I had them, don't go on your brow bone. Just keep it within the crease and don't go above your crease at all. Can you see how I'm building up the colour slowly but surely? I love to use this brush for things like this because it's so small but it still has so much movement in it that I can blend so easily with it and apply with it. Actually, I don't need to go bang and apply, but I can apply with it. What do we think so far? I'm gonna do the other eye and then see if I need to add some more. But before I do that, I'm gonna take my M433 brush, the Morphe brush that I used with the first transition colour. It's still got a tiny bit on, but it won't make much of a difference. And now I'm just going like this. Don't touch the corner of your eye because that needs to stay dark to give it that sexy and sultry type of look, which is what we want from this smoky eye. Don't touch the corner, even though I just did it. Don't. Okay, so with the same brush, the M506, which is the mini precision blender, whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna go with a black, any black, obviously black is black, and apply it just on the corner of the eye by the lash line. And I'm doing that because I want to give the eye I literally find it so hard to speak, but I want to give the eye the almond, I can't pronounce the word, kind of shape, and this is how you create the almond shape even more. You just blend the black so much. Black eyeshadows normally come, and they actually all do this, but they're so stiff to blend. So I'm gonna take the M433 and I'm going to give it a little push. So I go back with this brush here and I just clean my translucent powder off, and there you go. There's no translucent powder or any traces of that. Can you see that this ties in with the top, which is what I love? It's exactly what you want. You don't want this bit to be empty. You want it to tie in, because what I'm going to do is I'm also going to take any of those colours that we used initially for the transition shade, and I'm just going to add it over here. Concentrate it on the outer corner of the eye, and do the same on the other side. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is still with the M506. So I have literally used 2 brushes to create this look. You don't even need 1,000 brushes. Now, okay, so I'm gonna go with my black gel liner. This is from Inglot, can you see? And I'm just gonna put some on a little eyeliner brush like this, and this might be weird for you, but it's fine. And I'm just gonna put it on my waterline. It's gonna stay, and I just like the fact that when you put it on your waterline, you get it to be really, really black. So with this brush, I'm gonna just go and just put a little bit more on the corner of my eye. It's the same brush, but just to highlight the corner a bit more. Okay, now I take this brush that I spoke about before, which is the M432. I'm gonna dab it a bit in my gel liner. I've literally got hardly anything on the brush, and I'm just going to put and dab it on the outer corner of the bottom lash line again. That is the lower lash line done. Now I'm going to go up to the top lash line. I'm going to go in with the M506. I never remember this brush. And just blend this out slightly. Can you see I've only darkened up the outer corner of my eye. I think I'm really happy with that. Obviously it's not the complete look because I've still got lashes to put on. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe this away. Okay, so this is obviously without eyelashes. I'm going to go off camera to do my lashes. A big tip for a cat eye look for you guys to do with lashes. To achieve the cat eye look, cut them on the outside even more than you normally would and leave a gap on the inner corner of your eye, so then it elongates your eye even more, and then it's proper cat eye. So here's the final look. I've put my lashes on, I'm standing up on my white background that I was talking about earlier. I hope I've got nothing on my teeth. I've put a highlighter on, and this is the complete look. Normally I would put a bit of highlighter in the corner of my eyes and under my eyebrows, but today I'm not, because this is a matte eye look, a smoky cat eye. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you do want to add anything else, obviously you can. If you want to add shimmer on the inside quarter of your eyelid, go for it. I just haven't on this look. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and of course share with anyone who you think might be interested in this tutorial. I am going to do a little zoom in at the end so you can see my eyes properly, and on my Instagram there's also going to be photos of this look for your reference. I hope you have the most amazing day, and I can't wait to see you next week.